Day 18. I've gotten a little bit behind on videos. I just posted the one that I recorded yesterday. And now I have done a little bit of research this morning that I wanted to share with you today. First of all, today's gone well so far. I mean, it's only 10:35 in the morning. So I've had my protein shake and I'll have my smoothie for lunch. I do have a sick one home today, so I didn't get to go to my Bible study. I was kind of bummed. But I do have a psychiatrist appointment today at noon. So I'm hoping I can just take him with me and then give him my phone to just sit and play on my phone for a while and maybe take a coloring book or something. I don't know. I hope they allow that because I don't know what else to do. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes, and then, I'll try to see and share what we went over in my appointment this afternoon. See what words of wisdom she has for me, and if it's gonna work between the two of us. So this is just kind of a first appointment to feel each other out, and see what the issues are. Anyway, so the research I did this morning, I found on rivermendhealth.com the 5 ways to help if you think you have a food addiction. So just some good pointers. A lot of this is common sense, but a lot of people don't even know that they're dealing with food addiction, and if they're just now discovering that they are, or they do have it. Then here's kind of some 5 things to work on to help maybe start curbing those addictive tendencies. So here you go. Number 1, be aware that there is a deeper issue. So you're not failing due to lack of willpower. I think that's what I have always thought. I just don't have enough willpower. But there are real biological, physiological, and or emotional issues undermining your success. So it's not all just you, and it's not all in your head, but there's actually physiological problems, biological, emotional, that are causing you not to have success. It's not just a lack of willpower. Number 2, facing the triggers. So you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be. Be honest about your pattern of behavior when faced with the urge to overeat and choose unhealthy food options. So are you an emotional eater, a stress eater, when you're tired, what else? Bored, all of the above. Me, all of the above. When you are aware of your triggers, and you're honest with yourself about your food behaviors, it's the first step to changing those behaviors. So be honest with yourself and face the truth of what your triggers are. For me, anything is my trigger, which kind of sucks. I'm happy, let's eat. I'm excited, let's eat. I'm sad, let's eat. I'm stressed, let's eat. I'm tired, let's eat. It's always eating, always. Number 3, change your external circumstances. This is probably one of the hardest ones. You have to break the cycle, and it's not just about abstinence, but they call it harm reduction. So your ultimate goal is to stop using, right? Stop using food as your drug. The food choices that you make are getting in the way of your success. So using the process of harm reduction means, how can I cope? How can I use coping skills that reduce my risk of turning to food? So you have to make a conscious and mindful choice to choose healthier options and choose activities that aren't food-centered. I was getting into that more, especially in the summers. Like, I like to kayak. I bought a kayak, so kayaking. Done some, like, I don't want to call it hiking. It's not hiking. It's like nature walks, that kind of thing. Just being more active. The summer was different. Not so much of that. It was stressful. I was inside all the time. I just turned to food, which is kind of why it brought me down this big rabbit hole of back into food addiction. But choosing activities that aren't going to be based around food, and being more mindful. Choose healthier options. Number 4, enlist your friends and family. This is also, it can be difficult too. Tell friends and family about your plan to kick the habit and your decision to create a healthy lifestyle change, and you want to encourage their support. So this can be difficult, especially if you have a significant other or close friends that aren't supportive of this choice and that just want to eat what they want to eat and try to tag you along in that. If that's what you're used to and that's what they're used to, then it's, to them, maybe it just seems kind of unfair that all of a sudden they lost their eating buddy or whatever. So you really have to explain why, explain food addiction. Maybe they're just not aware of what the food addiction is. They just don't understand it. Usually that's why they're not going to be supportive, because they don't understand. So the more you can explain to them about what is going on with you and about this food addiction, the more that they're likely to be supportive. Unfortunately, it might mean not being able to spend as much time with some of those friends. If your friendship is based on going out to eat once or twice a week, maybe you have to start turning that down. I don't know. I mean, everyone that I've talked to have been really supportive in this decision. Not to say, or encouraging. I guess that's more of the word. They're encouraging. Now, of course, there's tomorrow night when my family all want to go to Furcanos, and I have to go, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I still haven't decided. I don't know. Anyway, so you have to train yourself to be assertive and ask for what you need on this journey, because it is a journey. It's a lifelong journey, and if you don't have that support and that encouragement from your friends, it's going to be really tough to stay with it. So being assertive is going to be a skill that you'll need to be successful for the long term, because that is, of course, our goal. We want lifelong healthy a healthy relationship with food. We want it to be lifelong. We don't want this to be just a short-term diet, right? We want it to be long-term. We don't want to go back to food addiction. It sucks. It's the worst thing ever. Why do we want to do that? We don't. So we want to be successful long-term. So we have to be assertive, and we have to have that support. 5, seek out support. Conquering addiction requires commitment and support, as well as behavioral therapy and occasionally maybe medical intervention. So science tells us the immersive behavioral therapy is the most successful form of intervention for long-term weight loss success. I'm not just talking about weight loss here. That's what they're talking about, but long-term success in addiction, conquering this food addiction, is what I am talking about. we have to seek support for this multifaceted, complex issue. It's very complex because food is everywhere. Food is used to celebrate, to mourn, everything, and it's going to always be. It's because not everyone has the problems with food that we have. So we have to be able to live among it. And in order to do that, sometimes we have to get support and therapy to learn how to deal with this, which is why I'm going to see a therapist today. So to hopefully start this journey. And I did talk to my insurance yesterday just to make sure that it's going to be covered. And hallelujah, they have a whole behavioral substance abuse part of the insurance. And this food addiction and seeing a therapist for these issues is included. So, of course, I deal with depression and anxiety as well. So, I'm going to see a therapist for all of these issues: depression, anxiety, food addiction. So it's covered. And I don't have a limit on how many visits. The therapist that I've chosen so far is in network. So all I do is I pay $25 a visit. And I can go as often as I need to. And that is huge. I'm very thankful for insurance companies that have realized that this is an issue and people need help with depression, with anxiety, for mental health issues. And I'm very thankful that they are covering that. Anyway, so the last thing that I found on this website, if I can find it, I thought was just good. It was a good little summary. Hang on. All right. So this is what it said. As we better understand how food can affect our minds and bodies, instead of using food as a drug, we can use that knowledge to nourish a healthy, productive lifestyle for ourselves and our children. Because it's not just about us. We want a healthier lifestyle and a healthier relationship with food, but we also want to show that healthy relationship to our children as well. Right now, they've seen the effects of my food addiction. They've seen what I've gone through to fight it with the surgery. They don't understand it all, but I'm open with them about why I'm doing this, and I've explained things to them about food addiction and why I want them to have a healthy relationship with food, so that they never have to struggle the way I do with it. So we have to really nourish ourselves and advocate for ourselves. And it means a lot of education to other people. A lot. I have talked to a lot of people that they kind of laugh when I say I have a food addiction. I'm like, no, really, I'm not laughing. It's just like a drug addiction. It sucks. So you really have to be prepared to share a lot. And I think it's been healthy for me. I think it's been good to be open and honest with people about what I'm struggling with, about the food, about what sugar can do to your brain. It's been really good. And I think I've gotten to enlighten a lot of people about this issue. And I'm happy about that, because people need to know it's true. It's a real, true problem. It's not a laughing matter. Anyway, I've talked long enough. That is my education for the day. I hope you've enjoyed it. I probably will not post again today, so I'm going to go ahead and upload this video, and this is my day 18, and then I don't know, I might update after my psychiatry appointment. Otherwise I'll talk about it tomorrow. I unfortunately have a funeral visitation to go to this afternoon and this evening. So my uncle passed, and so there'll be a lot of family around. So I don't know that I'll have time tonight to post. So anyway, I will talk to you either later tonight, or I will see you in the morning. Have a good day. Bye.